Hi, I'm Wayne Caddy. I teach at the School of Artisan Food. I've been baking for 27 years. I represented Team GB in the Coupe du Monde and the Masters de la Boulangerie too. I'm going to share with you some top baking techniques and recipes to take your baking to the next level. So after another 12 hours of fermenting the chef, we add more flour and water, which then becomes the levain or the sourdough. And what we should be looking for in the sourdough is more carbon dioxide and more visible pockets of the carbon dioxide in there. And I'm expecting the aroma of the levain to be a lot more acidity, so a creamy lactic aroma. It should almost smell like a yoghurt. So after at least 12 to 24 hours of feeding the levain, it's important to give another feed. But now what we've done is we've actually captured the lactobacilli and the yeast, so now we're trying to feed and keep the sourdough alive. So after 24 hours of feeding for the levain, our sourdough is ready to bake with. So we need to make sure that we have good volume in the sourdough, so lots of carbon dioxide production, and we can actually smell the acidity in the sourdough. You can always make sure if your sourdough is ready, just place it in a little bit of warm water, and if it floats to the top within 5 minutes, then there's enough carbon dioxide and the acidity is good to go and start baking with. So once you've made your sourdough, just remember these key things to keep it alive and refreshed and good for baking. A sourdough is going to be sensitive to temperature, and that will determine the amount of fermentation time you will give it. Also, the types of flours will affect the flavour and the fermentation, so wheat flours versus rye flours. The amount of water or hydration that you put into a sourdough, a wetter hydration will speed up the fermentation, a lower hydration will reduce the fermentation and create more acidity. And also the amount of sourdough that you build up. So think of sourdough as a yeast. If you put more yeast into a dough, it will ferment quicker. Sourdough is exactly the same, so the amount of sourdough going into a final dough will determine how quickly it ferments too. So that's how you start a sourdough, maintain it and keep it alive.